Everything's set up. We've got the light on this time. The camera is set to autofocus. The dictionary isn't propped open at a pre-decided page. The only thing that's left to reveal is this week's interesting word. What's this week's word of the week? This week's word hasn't been decided yet. I'm now going to flick through the dictionary to find out what this week's word is. I'm building on my flicking skills throughout this series. The first time was horrible, but this time that's quite a nice flick. I just saw the word nasty and instantly tried to say it. Keep flicking until we find a word beginning with D, since D's today's letter. Because that's logical to do D. Go in order, alphabetical order. How boring. This week's word is a personal favourite of mine, and it is digress. Digress is a verb meaning to depart from the main subject in speech or writing. This is one of those words that's kind of creeps up on you. I hadn't heard this word at all until I started listening to Alex Day's music. Through one of his songs, he says the word digress, which is fair enough, he can rightly say digress. But I hadn't heard this word before that day. Then, ever since then, I can hear this word everywhere. I heard two other songs with it, two songs that I've been listening to before. One was a Arctic Monkeys? No, one was a song by the Kaiser Chiefs. I've now heard it before then. I've now noticed it anyway. I've been listening to that song way before I listened to Alex Day's, but yeah, I never noticed that word. And another one was in one of Charlie McDonald's songs. I've forgotten the title, so it's this one. When this happens, I always wonder if that word has always been there, but I've never listened for it, never noticed it, or if this word has literally just appeared in my life at certain times. Because I started to find that it is actually stalking me. I hear it like every third day. For example, in all of the songs I've listed previously, I hear it, and I hear those most days because I'm quite sad like that. And also, I hear it so much. Here's basically a demonstration. So this is a badly drawn circle. I drew this circle freehand. I was quite proud of it, to be fair, but it's quite bad. And here's a tangent on it. And we'll be talking about circles and tangents to circles and all the angles inside the circles, finding out circle theorems and what have you, radians and all that jazz. Then we start talking about something else. What would happen if we had an oval or a sphere, and how different rules would affect different things. Oh, excuse me there, I went off on a tangent. I got off on a tangent because we're talking about circles with tangents on. When no one laughs at that. But I digress. And she does this all the time, and I honestly don't know if she did it before I heard this song, the song with it in, or she's just started picking it up randomly now for no apparent reason, and I've only just started noticing. It confuses the living daylights out of me. That's basically why I picked this word, really. It's one of my favourite words. And not that I picked this word, it was randomly selected at random. But that's a good reason why I chose it at random. Because I like the word, it's one of my favourite words at the moment, because it's stalking me non-stop. And also because I wanted to ask this question if anyone else has ever had this situation where they recently hear a new word and then it starts cropping up over and over again and they start to wonder whether it was always there and they never noticed, or it's only just appeared. But anyway, I digress. It's another way is to wander from one's path. Most people have a path in life that they chose from a very early age where they walk it. Like most kids, they wanted to be a mechanic, or I did anyway, I wanted to be a mechanic, or an astronaut. Then you can kind of wander from one's path. There's a metaphorical reason from that. You can wander from your life's path. A literal reason it could be, hey, I want to go over there, but I've just performed dih-gres and I figured out that it might be better to go that way, but I'm just going to wander off that path and see if this way is better, and go against all of my methodical calculations in dih-gres. Some other words for digress would be to wander, depart, deviate, diverge, drift, get off the point or subject. What a rubbish, that's not a word, that's a whole sentence to describe one word. So it's back to the ritual of checking if Urban Dictionary's definition of this digresses from Collins' dictionary's version of this. And also, Urban Dictionary gives an example that might be better than mine. So, Let's just see that, shall we? They've actually got digress and it's simply worded as to go off topic. And their example is elephants are the only animals that can't jump. But I digress. Back to physics. So I think that's all I can do for this video really. So same as usual, you can click in the top left hand corner to see the previous letters video. You can click in the top right hand corner to see the next letters video. Or you could just wait to the end of the intro and then click on the little links in the intro and see all the other videos I do, or the whole playlist with these in. But it doesn't matter what you do really, because I will catch you later. Right, so since we're starting the video, properly this time, hello, by the way. For the people who care, it's a Lumix G10. What's this week's word of the week?